Hey, folks, the Restoring America's Fighting Force executive order was signed last night, and it has a sweeping impact on the way that American history must be presented for all of you. Hey folks, I'm Tad Sturmer. I teach public history at Johns Hopkins, and I'm the film and digital media editor of The Public Historian. I'm also a veteran, and I'm pissed off. The immediate impact of that order, I'll put the link below so you can read it for yourself, is on our service academies and the war and naval colleges, which are exceptional academic institutions with fantastic teachers. But in the broader context of banning every conservative's favorite boogeyman, DEI, here is what was ordered. Quote, promoting, advancing, or otherwise inculcating that America's founding documents are racist or sexist is now prohibited. Why? Because it is part of an un-American, divisive, discriminatory, radical, extremist, and irrational theories. And taking it a massive leap forward, those institutions shall be required to teach that America and its founding documents remain the most powerful force for good in human history. Again, for those of you in the back, just as a matter of historical fact, America's founding documents were the product of an era that was inherently racist and sexist. The white men who wrote them were, by their own statements, racist and sexist. They owned it. That's not just our version of the facts, that's their version of reality. But that is now un-American, divisive, discriminatory, radical, extremist, and irrational, just to teach their version of their world. And focus on those last words, folks. Radical, extremist, irrational. And to replace it, the elimination of education, the elimination of critical thinking, of the ability of students to come to their own conclusions about the broader value of American political development, understanding its broader context and meaning. This is the kind of stuff that teaching does. Institutions shall be required to teach that America and its founding documents remain the most powerful force for good in human history. A lot of value statements there. That's not teaching. That's indoctrinating. That's the absence of thought. Now that's the immediate impact on the service academies and on the related schools. But the implications are very clear. This is laying down the foundation. This is the core of the patriotic education that has been prompted in and promoted in Project 2025 and by the 1776 Commission. This is the ideological groundwork that is coming for every educational institution in the United States, small, large, R1 to your local library and your local museum, and it will be supported by the heritage sites and other institutions that will be more than happy to collaborate with it, especially as they line up for funding for the 250th anniversary of the celebration of American independence that is now going to be completely reconfigured, taken away from those people who are going to tell a more inclusive story and put in the hands of those who we're going to celebrate American exceptionalism. They're going to line up for it. So don't call your members of Congress. Call your favorite heritage site. Call your local museum. Comment on their posts. Send them emails. DM them. Repost their stuff with your own questions. Stitch them. Ask them. Demand to know where they stand on these questions. Is honest history un-American, divisive, discriminatory, radical, extremist, and irrational? What will those museums, those heritage sites, those public history efforts, those leaders, those authors, what will they do with their work that is inconsistent with that? Push them hard. Then you'll know, and you'll know now before the next set of executive orders come out, you will know who is on your side and who isn't. You know, it's interesting that during World War II, the federal government did something similar. It created the patriot myth to cohere a divided American society to come together to fight fascism, to fight authoritarianism. Now the same tool and a similar message is being used to promote those very things. Don't let them. Let's talk about it. Let's post about it. Let's have discussions about it. And let's get it out there and make sure that people are on the record. Are they for honest history or are they against it? Because now's the time to go ahead and declare.